Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to say all praises, glory, and honor unto the Most High Power Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors into the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone that do rule exceptionally well, all right, which are currently the heads of Israel. Whether you like it or not, with continuing, I would like to say a shalom, mercy, blessings onto you sincere brothers that's out there that push this word with truth and with faith. My name is Stabawa Amath of Great Millstone Northwest, and I seen this video a couple of days ago, or maybe it was yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before it. I seen this video that was put up by I found it on the Apostle Ramlab's page, which is the InfoDoc channel 11. But the video was done by GMS Born Again. All right, and the topic, I don't remember the title by hand at this moment, but the topic was about being mature or having maturity. All right, and at the very end of that video, the brother stated a quote. He quoted a statement which said that maturity is not when you start saying big things, but when you start understanding the small things. All right. So maturity is not when you start saying big things, but when you start understanding the small things. And really the small things that are to be understood is all the milk. Now within the milk, the small things, that's what you consider a small thing, is milk, right? Within the milk comes everything that is essential for you to be for you to grow properly. All right, for you to be able to grow properly, you need the nutrients, you need the minerals, the things that's found in that milk that's going to help you help your system activate, right? Help your system start to grow, you know. And when guys start to jump over the milk, trying to go straight for those big things, trying to go immediately for the big things, they end up choking because they didn't develop correct enough to be able to handle that meat. They'll bug themselves out. So I got a couple of scriptures, because really it's what is, man. Hold on, I'm just gonna grab the scripture instead of rambling on. I'm just gonna grab the scripture. This is Sirach, all right, Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, which is called chapter 19, verse 24. So Sirach 19 and 24 says, "He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High." All right. So he that hath small understanding. What did the quote say? The quote said, "Maturity is not when you start saying big things, but when you start understanding small things." All right. So understanding the small things, and you can equate that here. It says, "He that have small understanding," which is still speaking about someone that's working on the milk. If a guy that's brand new into this thing, he's still going to be working on the milk. He's going to have small understanding compared to someone that's been in this thing for years and years and years on end. All right. So it says, "And feareth the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High." So those guys that want to immediately go for the meat, want to immediately try to gain, they got scriptures only. They know all the scriptures, but they only know them in cut form, in attack form, So they got it to where they got a precept for your precept for the precept on top of that precept. You know what I mean? But it's all in the form of trying to tear somebody down. All right, that's, and there's examples of guys like that, man. Everybody knows people like that. Here in the Great Millstone Northwest, we can think of somebody uh, off the top of the head. Somebody pops up, man. All right. So reading it again, it says, "He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that have much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High, man. All right. So you got to have that understanding of the milk. The thing about the milk, it gives you the topics that are found inside the milk are things that build up your characteristics. All right. That introduces you to how to be brotherly, have brotherly love, have charity. All right. The laws found in the milk. Think about that. The law is found in the milk, man. Now it says, better than one that have much wisdom, meaning they know, they know a lot. They have a lot of the breakdowns and everything, or something like that. You know, it says, and transgresseth the law of the Most High. Why would you transgress the law of the Most High? Is because you skip past a piece of the milk, man. apparently, apparently, something in the milk you done missed it. You know. Going back to the quote, it says maturity is not when you start saying big things, but when you start understanding the small things. And it's the small things that's going to count when it all adds up. All right. Um, Let me get another scripture for you, brothers. Let me grab. Let me see. Let's grab Proverbs. And Salaki, if the screen's going black, I don't know if it's actually going black or not, but I know it's still recording. Actually, I think it's still, yeah, it's still recording. But it just for whatever my screen turns off, so I don't know if it goes black for you brothers or not, but just bear with me. Bokasha. This is Proverbs. We're gonna get the 3rd chapter, verse 5. All right. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thy own understanding. Now, your own understanding would be on whatever it is that your measure is. You know, whatever your actual measure is. You got something called a growth mod or growth module. All right, it's in certain video games they deal with modules. So growth module is how fast you grow, how fast you get stronger. All right, the Most High have set all of our own. We all got our own personal stats, man. You know, some brothers got growth modules that's only in a specific subject. Their growth module is through the roof, but on other subjects it's not even all that high. You know, and vice versa. Everybody got their own personal different gifts. You know, none of us are clones. None of us got the same exact stats, man. You know, so it says trust not. Oh, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not on thine own understanding. Your own understanding could be what leads you astray. I know, man, again, off the top of the head, guys will start popping into your head when you think about people that have done that in the past, those living examples that are out there that's now considered enemies, you know? So, that's pretty much the point. Or it says, verse 6, in all thy ways acknowledge him being the Most High, you know, ultimately, Yahweh, but also, you know, thinking of Yahweh Shai as well, man. Yahweh Shai deserves much praise, all right? Much worship, Salakia. It says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths, all right? Be not wise in thine own eyes, verse 7, for the Lord fear the Lord and depart from evil. Now, isn't it funny that fear the Lord came back up? Didn't we just read in Sirach when it said that the one with the small understanding and feareth the Most High? All right, didn't we read that? But look, here it is right here. This is milk. This is milk. This is Proverbs. Proverbs is full of milk. It builds you up. It builds up your character. It directs you on how you're supposed to live as a man of the Lord. That's what the milk is there to do. All right, the meat, the heavy understanding goes on to whoever it is that's supposed to have it, you know. But this milk, everybody's supposed to have this milk, you know. Everybody's supposed to have this milk. It's milk. So let's it's easy, should I say? It's easy. It's soft. You know, it's not hard. It's not rough. Let's go back to the book of Sirach. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus. This time let's go to the 3rd chapter though. And let's start at verse 17. It says, right here, my son, go on with thy business in meekness. All right, meaning brothers know what meekness means. It says, so shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself. So if you're considering yourself to be a great man, and a lot of these guys that just straight skip over the milk, they consider themselves to be a great man, even though they didn't take the milk, so they're not really mature, but they consider themselves to be a great man, right? So the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, all right? And thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Many, so like continue on. It says many are in high place, but of renown. But mysteries are revealed unto the meek. So there's many that are in the high place that they'll appoint themselves some grand name, some high office. Their followers would recognize them as such, I suppose, and they would soar up themselves to the sky, you know, and they would think themselves in high place. I'm speaking about guys that's nowadays living today, you know, living today. We're talking about guys that are so-called within the truth, right? Guys that know about the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, okay? I'm talking about these guys. A lot of them are in high place, but of renown. It says the mysteries are revealed unto the meek. All right, those ones that's humble, the ones that's lowly. You know, it says for the power of the Lord is great, but He is honored of the lowly. Ooh, ooh. That's what Apostle Bar been off that. Apostle Ramlav as well been off that lately. Ooh. It says, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. All right? That is clear cut, too. I think this might be milk. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, man. All right? All these guys that want to come with these elaborate breakdowns, or they want to prove that what they've been taught and what they came up with this whole time is now suddenly wrong. Now it doesn't apply. Guys are out of their mind. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither search out things that are above thy measure, man. All right. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. All right. So whatever is actually given to you, whatever the Most High actually does give to you, have that, man, and think on those things, man. Get the understanding for those things. Get the full understanding for those things before you come on with trying to push off some craziness or some madness, man. All right. It says for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret, right? Hey, it says it's not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. All right. You got to think about that, man. Whatever the Most High want to reveal to you, it will be revealed to you, man. It will be revealed to you. They will give it to you. The Most High will give it to you. You know, if needful, what should I say? Yahweh Shai will give it to you. But it'll be revealed to you. Honestly, all right. But it's not needful for thee to see with thine own eyes the things that are in secret. Why? Because we know in part and we prophesy in part. All right. And to a man that has a better understanding in a certain thing, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And if there's a man that has way more understanding in the thing than you do, maybe you should be listening to him. Maybe you should be following him. Why? Because he's obviously an elder to you. He could teach you things, right? He could teach you things, man. The guys don't want to go after. They don't want to learn it from somebody. They want to be the one to find it for themselves. You're going to search, man. You're going to search high and low and find nothing, man. Nothing of value. All right. It says, be not curious this is verse 23, by the way. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than man understand. All right. More things are showed unto you than the man can understand. These average people, And then, we have the truth. We have the 100% truth about everything that's in existence, man. You know what I'm saying? It's pure. We got pure truth. We found it in the most wickedest and most fucking defiled place there could be. We got a lot of things that's shown unto us than what these people can understand. But yet guys are trying to place themselves on a higher level, man. Hey, think back on that milk, man. Think back on that milk and be lowly, be humble. All right. So let me see. I think that was the point. I think that's as far as I wanted to go. Yeah. I mean, that was damn near most of the chapter anyway. But you know, it's a good chapter, brothers. Anyway, let's get this. Let's go to some of what Paul said, man. Let's go to Romans. Let's go to Romans. There you are. I don't know how I scrolled all the way down. Anyway, Romans 12 and 3. It says, this is Romans 12 and 3. It says, for I say, through the grace, though the grace given to me, to every man, is that through? It's through. Salakia. It says, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith. All right. So you're supposed to be thinking soberly, and there's so many. Don't act crazy like you don't know what this means, man. You know, there's so many videos that goes into, well, brothers go into the scripture about thinking soberly, so you know what soberly means. Now, if you're not somebody that's being humble, you know, and thinking soberly instead of thinking highly of yourself, actually thinking soberly, knowing where your lot is, knowing what your measure is, all right, fitting in your own lane, right? It says it says for you not to think of yourself more highly than you ought to think, but to think soberly, man. So the sober brothers is the ones that's doing the right thing. They're the ones that's in their lane, following the leaders of the nation of Israel, without bucking up, without all this madness, without trying to say everything's off all of a sudden. All right. But it says, according as the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith. So everybody got their own separate measure, man. Every brother got their own separate measure. And that measure is going to go towards all the understanding that you got, all the wisdom, knowledge you got, the sincerity that you have, you know, how much faith you actually have. All that's given by the Most High, man. All of that's given by the Most High, you know. As well as who, you know. Anyway, it says that was verse 3. Select, that was 3. Yeah, I believe that was the point. That the Most High deals to you. Oh yeah, that's the point, man. Don't think too highly of yourself, and that the Most High is going to deal you the measure of faith. Select, brothers. I'm a little tired, man. I've been up for a while. It says let me get this in 2 Corinthians as well. 2 Corinthians, and then after this one, I'm gonna let you go. I think I took up enough time. 2 Corinthians though, chapter 10. Let's say verse. I don't know. Let's go. What is this down here? It says 10, 12. Oh, here it is. Salak. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 10. Verse 12, it says, for we dare not make ourselves of the number or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. And I like the scripture. I like to bring the scripture out, man. You know, because I think it's a scripture that gets underrated. Because, you know, there's guys that's out there that thinks like this. They form their own little groups. They all leave Great Millstone. They form their groups, right? And then inside their groups, they start I guess meshing wickedness with each other, and then they come up with some craziness to the doctrine, right? But they think it's something wise. They think it's a whole new breakdown. They think now they know the correct breakdown to something that they were taught, you know, when really they're coming with some bugged out madness. It says, for we dare not make ourselves of the number or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves. But they measuring themselves by themselves by themselves, and comparing themselves among themselves are not wise. And man, I'm gonna look this up in the blue letter, because we're gonna get measuring, we're gonna get compared. All right. It says, but we will not boast of things without our measure, meaning things as too higher than what we actually have. We ain't gonna be fronting like we got that information when truthfully and honestly, we don't have that information. We're not gonna blow hot air and say that the Most High done gave us this new breakdown of this or that when we don't know that, if we don't know what we're talking about, if it's still meat to us. We don't got that milk understanding of it. We're not really going to go into it. It says, for we will not boast of things without our measure, but according to the measure of the rule which the Most High have distributed to us. Meaning we're going to go according to whatever the Most High actually gave us, the understanding we actually have of that milk, of that subject, that topic. That's what we're going to go with. All right? Because with that milk, you got enough. You got enough to go and defend, man. All right? It says, but according to the measure of the rule which Most High have distributed to us, a measure to reach even unto you. All right, and it continues to go. It's a good chapter, like I usually say about all the scriptures. But yeah, that's the point, man. Is that it's not for us to go and like trying to push forth that we have all this understanding, that we can say this great thing, or this big thing, when really what it's really about is understanding those small things, man. So that's pretty much the point. Lord willing, that message was received. Once again, I want to say all praises, glory, and honor to the Most High Power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors onto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule exceptionally well. All right, and I also want to say shalom, salutations, mercy, blessings to you sincere brothers that's out there pushing this word with truth and with faith. Shalom.